closed in. Okay, now. Oh no! We have an explosion!
This is going to be a super time on the balance. Bit of a wobble before the hay bounce.
Final seconds takes the TST title. What a win! In the lush Welsh countryside, amongst the peaceful green valleys and the tranquil rolling hills, up a quiet village lane lays a steep and narrow road. Off the beaten track, the road once were, but only those who dare get to ride the dragon. Welcome to Pontrhydd Vendigat, Wales. Welcome to the Kingdom of Awesomeness for the second round of the Brinx World Downhill Skateboarding Championship 2024. After a thrilling start to the season in Erzincan, Turkey, the international series comes to the rolling hills of Middle Wales in search of the best and most challenging rides for its athletes. With the recent announcement of the annual Brinx Cup worth a whopping $10,000 prize money this year, rising to $25,000 in 2025 to be awarded to the Open Skate winner, along with the global broadcast partnership with DAZN, the sport of downhill skateboarding is on a clear growth trajectory.
We're missing a couple, like top contending riders, but in exchange we've also got a couple more like world-class riders here that we didn't have at Turkey. So in their absence, others have, kind of stepped up and, kind of filled their shoes almost in a sense.
23 elite riders representing 9 nations made the journey to compete in both the open stand-up and open street luge categories. In this program, we bring you all the action from the open stand-up competition. While the narrow track only measures 1.1 kilometers in length, the steep and long straights are paired with very tight turns and little room for errors. Turns 1 and 4 are particularly challenging, with 90-degree angles that come after long straights that build speed, and navigating them could be the key to victory in Wales.
So basically on this track, you have two options. It's either you have the best push and you go first and you're just faster everywhere. The other option, if you have a weaker push, then you have to find a way to pass. So you have already today you have to find the places where that could be possible without being too dangerous. So we'll see.
Considering the width of the track and weather conditions, and in the interest of safety, the organizers decide to run 2-man heats, which will put added emphasis on each race and might alter the strategy of the riders.
So it's just one-on-one racing, so it completely changes the strategy a lot. So it's a different ball game here on a 2-man track. Passing on this road is going to be very, very tough. It's so narrow compared to what we normally ride. It's about like less than 1 lane wide, but it's a tricky road to get used to. So it's pretty interesting.
The open skate category saw 15 riders from 6 nations come to Wales to ride the Dragon. At the top of the standings, the young Frenchman Andreas Bouclier was hot off his win in Erzincan and hoping to seal his championship with a win in Wales.
Of course I want to win here, so I can secure the first place, but there is a lot of good guy. We'll see, it's only the third run, so I don't know really what to think, but we are training.
Championship hopeful Harry Clark will look to kick off his 2024 season and get all the important points to his name with a win at Dolbolian Farm. Having missed Erzincan with visa issues, the Australian needs to get on the podium if he wants any chance of winning the championship in Rowan Mountain, USA.
Couldn't make it to the first one, which is a shame. We love Turkey, love racing there. I've had a pretty good run there last year as well with 2 seconds. But anyway, unfortunate not to get there this year. And then I was thought World Championship hopes out the window. And then they announced that it's best 2 out of 3. So I was like, back in the game, mate. So I booked my flights to Wales, and here we are.
French rider Adrien Paynel is hoping to build on his second-place finish in Erzincan and is in with a chance to top the table if he can do well in Wales. Seasoned rider Antoine Carlotti is also in Wales to challenge the pack with his aggressive riding style and bolsters the elite group of riders. Gregoire Schwab of Switzerland is always an exciting rider to watch, and with a 5th place finish in Turkey, he has to do well in Wales in order to keep his championship podium hopes alive. US riders Owen Fox and Micaiah Harness are no strangers to the European circuit and will shortly make their presence felt in Wales. Alexandros Souganakis won the first race of the 2023 season, but couldn't make it to Erzincan for this season's opener. Along with other French rider Yanis Markarian, who is back after a 2-year absence, the pair hope to place in the top 5 to get their 2024 season off the ground.
I hope to do my best and to be on top 5, I hope, because the level it's higher than 2 years ago. So we will see, but I'm confident.
Olav Oye of Norway and Jack Plummer of Great Britain are tour regulars who are always challenging the pack for podium finishes, and Wales will be no different.
I want to push myself to a level that I haven't before, but I also want to take care of my well-being. Yeah, I'm just taking it chill to a degree, but trying to also push and be competitive at the same time.
Newcomers to the tour, Bumpy Hales, Richie Rogers and Ben Stainer from the United Kingdom were joined by Benoit Said from France to showcase their talents for the first time at this year's championship and round up the key names from the competition. In the qualifying rounds, Richie Rogers and Ben Stainer couldn't make the cut into Q2, along with Olav Oye after his fall on the last chicane, and were all eliminated. Newcomers Bumpy Hales and Benoit Said failed to make the 1 minute 14-second cutoff along with Antoine Carlotti and Micaiah Harness, and failed to progress into Q3. In Q3, the racing was neck and neck, and the times were very tight, where Andreas Bouclier got 3rd place with 1 minute 10.06 seconds, followed by Adrian Paynel in 2nd with 1 minute 10.05 seconds, and Gregoire Schwab winning with a time of 1 minute 10.03.
In my last run, I didn't expect to have gained 3 tenths again, because I had a pretty sketchy last corner, but looks like I had a good one at the beginning of the hill, so yeah, stoked. Thank you.
The round of 16 saw some intense battles and dramatic overtakes. Qualifying in pole position, Gregoire Schwab made a solo run in his heat to progress into the quarterfinals. Adrian Paynel also made a solo run when Richie Rogers wasn't able to compete due to a technical issue. The second heat saw Yanis Markarian go up against Antoine Carlotti, with Markarian getting the early lead with a much stronger push-off. But on the second straight, Carlotti drafts well and manages to overtake Markarian on the right-hand side. The Frenchman is focused for the rest of the run, and even though Markarian doesn't let a gap open up, he's unable to challenge Carlotti, who moves into the quarterfinals. The third heat is between Harry Clark of Australia and Benoit Said of France. Clark is the favorite for this race and opens up a decent gap with his impressive push-off. At the hairpin turn, Clark now has a commanding lead. However, through the last chicane, the Australian pushes it too hard and goes into the hay bales. What a disaster! However, Clark quickly leaps onto his feet, pushes off immediately down towards the finish line, and using the cushion of the hay, manages to progress into the quarterfinals. The fourth heat saw British rider Ben Stainer line up against Frenchman Alexandros Souganakis, with the latter getting off to a stellar start. Souganakis never looked back and won the heat with a significant lead. In the fifth heat, Olav Oye faced Andreas Bouclier, the current leader of the championship. Bouclier made a strong start and took the lead from the first corner. Oye tried several times to catch up, but Bouclier was flawless until the finish and advanced into the quarterfinals. The sixth heat was between Micaiah Harness and Jack Plummer. A strong start by Harness saw him take the first corner in the lead, but Plummer soon caught up and drafted well to take first place. On the second straight, Harness challenges for the lead, but loses control before the turn and ends up on the grass. He's okay and finishes the race, but is eliminated from the competition. Plummer moves into the quarterfinals. In Heat 7, Bumpy Hales made a good start against Owen Fox and took the first turn in the lead. But Fox drafted well to overtake Hales on the right-hand side along the long straight. Fox pressed on, and while Hales never gave up, on the last chicane he lost control on his board and ended up in the hay bales. Fox moved into the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, 8 riders are paired up to race in 4 heats, and with everything set, we now head to Ian Finley for the live commentary.
Quarterfinals, Gregor Schwab and Antoine Carlotti. They will go in heat number 1, quarterfinal number 1. Here we go, strong start from both riders. Now Carlotti knows what he has to do, and it's Schwab who gets the whole shot. Just ahead of Carlotti here. Carlotti stands up early, gets the braking done quickly. Now he releases, but Schwab is so quick, and Carlotti doesn't have the connection that he had up against Markarian to slipstream past the Swiss rider. Schwab now pulling away. He has been lightning quick on this hill all week long. Through the hairpin, job done for Schwab, but the tricky section is coming up next, and Carlotti is still in touch, so Schwab cannot afford a single mistake here. The entry now, the brakes go on, and Schwab exiting the hairpin, and he has got it. He is into the semi-finals. Carlotti is out. Great riding yet again from Antoine Carlotti. Schwab into the semi-finals. Zoganakis on the left-hand side of the road in the red. Harry Clark with the green leg sleeve on. So here we go at the second time of asking. Clark getting a really great push there. Zoganakis has work to do, but what a start that was into turn number 1. Here's the slide. Now, Zoganakis has closed up, and it will be in the slipstream. And Clark's got to be careful, but he's got just enough. But here comes Zoganakis. Has he got enough speed to make the pass? Clark just protecting his position on the road. That is great riding from Harry Clark. Now, the hairpin. Can Zoganakis do anything here? He tries to go a little bit more outside, but it's a clean exit from both riders. They are going to be separated by next to nothing coming into the chicane. Clark has the position at the moment. Brakes go on. Oh, they're so close. Is there any room for Zoganakis to make a pass? Zoganakis loses a board. He's down. He is down. And Clark gets the victory in quarterfinal number 2. Well, 2 heats done. Now, quarterfinal number 3, Bouclier up against Plummer. Here we go, quarterfinal number 3. What a start from a Bouclier. So much power there. Settles nicely. Plummer gets into the tuck early. Bouclier is so fast. He went up a gear, didn't he, in the third qualification run in Q3, and Plummer not quite close enough to get into the slipstream. Bouclier clean. Just pinch it on the right-hand side of the road. Stay over on the right. Plummer trying to close that gap. He's done that a little bit here, but is he close enough to launch an attack on the chicane? Plummer's got the weight advantage here. That might help him build up a little bit more speed, but Bouclier absolutely flying. Now Plummer has to take some risk and close in. Let Bouclier know he's there. Bouclier into the chicane, and Plummer into the bales. Big fall for Plummer. Let's hope he's okay. Bouclier takes it. He's into the semi-finals. I can see Jack Plummer back on his feet. Hopefully he's all right after that one. He is going to face Adrien Paynel or Owen Fox. So here we go. And what a start that is from Paynel. He has the advantage. approaching turn one, but Owen Fox is a quality rider and he will try and keep it close. He really gets good exit speed here. Does Fox, but Paynell has the advantage and Fox not quite able to get in the slipstream yet. Oh, here he comes. Owen Fox is closing. He's closing and he's not able to make the pass yet, but there is nothing between the two riders and Fox is putting the pressure on Paynell side by side into the hairpin. This is as close as it's been so far here in Wales. Paynell onto the straight with Fox for company. Right behind him. Paynell being pushed hard. Can Fox do something here into the chicane? Paynell still has the advantage. Fox with the early break and they're all over the road. And Fox, oh, he goes down and the board just misses Paynell. Paynell can stand up. He takes it. He's into the semi-finals up against Bouclier.
He sort of caught me off guard with where he threw his drift in the last right, and I just ended up sort of on my side. I mean, the other option was just to spear him up the back, and that just, you know, I'm not trying to do that. We're not trying to hurt each other, and yeah, so I ended up sort of laying it down. Not how I wanted to go, but for being a regular rider on this hill, I'm pretty proud of myself for giving it the effort I had.
Now it's time for the semifinals, and we find out who will be in the final. We go to our live commentator, Ian Finley.
It's all or nothing time now. Win this one, you're walking away with the medal. Semi-final one underway in the Brinx World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. Look at the start from Harry Clark from Australia. Moves in front of the top qualifier, Schwab from Switzerland. But Schwab is quick and he will have seen the slipstreaming that's happened on this course already. Clark gets the exit speed. Work to do for Gregor Schwab. He is under pressure for the first time this weekend in Wales. The gap is growing and Harry Clark building an advantage here over the Swiss athlete. It's Clark's first Brinx World Downhill Skateboarding Championship race of the season. Is there anything Gregor Schwab can do over the bottom section? He's got to be in that tuck position. He is. He's got to be trying to reel in Clark. But look at the speed of the Australian. Goes for the air brake into the slide. This is the key moment of this race. And Schwab has closed up. Can Schwab make a move on the inside? It's getting super tight. It's going to be a sprint for the line, but there's not a lot of racetrack left. Harry Clark gets it just ahead of Schwab. Clark into the big final. What a race we had there. Fantastic racing from Clark. He goes into the big final. We are ready for an all-French semi-final 2. Paynell up against Bouclier. Semi-final 2 underway. Another quick start from Bouclier. He's still pushing while Paynell settles into the tuck position. And the slipstream. Is Paynell going to try and make the pass on turn number 1? He isn't. It's into the braking zone. And Bouclier carrying good speed out of the turn, as is Paynell! Oh, huge moment. Paynell out in turn 1 into the bales. Bouclier on his own. Paynell is moving again. That is good to see. Bouclier, he will know that he can just come off the gas pedal. He does that. Doesn't need to take the risk. So Bouclier entering the chicane, just got to manage himself through here and take his place into the final where Harry Clark is waiting. So Bouclier has a chance to go 2 from 2.
And with that, the Brinx World Downhill Skateboarding Championship final is set. Harry Clark will face Andreas Bouclier.
I'm not gonna hide my game plan. I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you right now what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna push out in front. I'm gonna rip the pendy. I'm gonna grip the left. I'm gonna slide the right, and I'm gonna slide the right again. All you're gonna do is get ahead of me.
Nah, I will pass you in the chicane.
In the chicane.
Of course, man.
I was actually thinking that maybe this time I was gonna grip the right kink and then do like a 2 hands.
Like Thiago.
Like Thiago. Yeah. Do 2 hands, maybe like a clap.
No.
Yeah.
You can do it?
Yeah.
I don't think
I
so,
can teach
bro.
you. This run. Just follow me.
It's okay.
In the Consolation final, Adrian Paynel is lined up alongside Gregoire Schwab, so we head over to Ian Finley for the live commentary.
So here we go, Consi final underway. Gregoire Schwab and Adrian Paynel. Really nice start from Paynel. Schwab settles on the board early. Paynel is just going to try and drift in front of him. He's going to have the lead into turn 1. The sparks are flying. Schwab getting a quick exit. He is in the slipstream of Paynel. We've seen this move work before, earlier on in the competition. Can Schwab get close enough to make the move before the hairpin? He's not quite close enough, but the pressure is on. Paynel from France into the hairpin. Both men is neck and neck. Onto the straight. Schwab still on the heels of Paynel. Building through the straight, the speed increasing. Now the hairpin, the last chance to make a pass. Paynel in control of the race. Schwab is not close enough to make a pass, and Paynel exits, as does Schwab. It is going to be 3rd place today in Wales for Adrian Paynel. 2nd race of the season in the Brinx World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. 2nd podium for Paynel. 4th place today for the top qualifier, Schwab of Switzerland.
It's not what I came here to do, so kind of up to finals to see how the championship goes, but yeah, not super happy, but it's okay.
With all the pre-race preparations over, the riders are ready, the spectators are ready, and we head over to Ian Finley and the live team to find out who will win the Open Stand-Up Final in Wales.
The Brinx World Downhill Skateboarding Championship. These athletes, these riders have tamed this dragon. It all comes down to this. Bouclier up against Clark. Open stand-up final underway. Bouclier in red, Clark in green. And look at the start from these two powerhouses of this sport. Clark just gets in front of Bouclier into turn number 1. The brakes go on, beautiful slide. Great technique from both riders, and Bouclier looking for the pass on the exit. They're through turn 1 cleanly. Now it's on to the little climb. Bouclier just losing a little bit of ground, and look at the Australian, he is building an advantage here. Harry Clark through this little kink. Now the hairpin awaits. He's got about 10 metres or so on the Frenchman. Clark through the hairpin nicely. Bouclier has some serious work to do on the bottom third of this course. This race is Harry Clark's to lose now. Clark just standing up, getting ready for the chicane. Nice entry, little bit of air braking. There's the slide. Bouclier taking some risk. He's closed the gap a little bit, but Harry Clark has got one more turn to negotiate. He's negotiated it well. Bouclier closes in, but it's Harry Clark's victory in Wales. He takes the 100 points. What a race from the Australian. He has found a new gear in finals. The celebrations begin for Clark. Bouclier continues to show his form and class with a 2nd place finish today.
If I won here, I would be world champion, but I did 2nd, so I must go to Tennessee. At the same time, I'm super happy to go to Tennessee because it will be a super race with a lot of people, super good track. Yeah, I'm stoked. I can't wait to be there.
I'm happy to be back. It's my first WDSC win, man. I've made like 3 finals now and finally converted. On a track like this to do it is pretty special. A testament to all my years riding chip seal in Australia. Really helped out. So this one's for all the homies and the family back home watching in Australia. Like, yeah, we got one. Championship fight's on. See you in Tennessee.
So the final results, Harry Clark is first, with Andres Bouclier in second, and Adrian Paynell third. Gregoire Schwab comes in fourth, and Suganakis in fifth place. The Open Stand-Up World Championship standings after round 2, Andres Bouclier with 186 points, Adrian Paynell 161 in second, Owen Fox is third with 101, then Harry Clark fourth with 100 points, and Antoine Carlotti closing out the top 5 with 83 points. The Brinx WDSC qualifying series winners were awarded their trophies. Jack Plummer took the top spot on the podium, with Bumpy Hales coming in second place and Makia Harness in third. In the championship series, Harry Clark was in first place on the podium, with Andres Bouclier in second and Adrian Paynell in third. That concludes our coverage of the Brinx World Downhill Championship from Pontreat Bendigo, Wales. See you in Roan Mountain, Tennessee for the third and final leg of the Brinx WDSC 2024 season, where 3 riders are in contention for the Brinx Cup.
He's closed in, okay now. The whole road. Oh no! What an explosion! This is going to be a super time on the valley. Bit of a wobble before the hay mouse.
Final seconds takes the TST title. What a win!